Hey YouTube, it's OSU Harding 1 and welcome to another LEGO Technic review. And today guys we're going to look at a LEGO Technic Corvette, and this model was designed by Madoca, and I've said it before and I will say it again. If you do not know who Madoca is, or if you have not checked out his other models, I highly recommend you do so. Not only for this one is fantastic, but all of his other models are very, very good as well. So I recommend you check him out. He's on rebrickable.com, Madoca. So check him out. I think you'll be happy with what you find. Now with this particular set, this is a 1970 style Chevrolet Corvette, and it has about 1,182 pieces. It's fully remote control. It uses two large motors for propulsion and one servo motor for steering. It's got power function lights, and I will show you that. And first of all, let's just take a look at some of the features that it has. So obviously a car like this is going to have doors that open on both sides. It's also got a deck lid or hood, bonnet and hood that lift up. It's got suspension in the front. It's a very short travel suspension. It doesn't have a lot of travel, but there is suspension in the front, and it's also got suspension in the rear as well, but again, very short travel. And the way that suspension is designed is very different than what I've seen in a lot of other supercars that many other people have designed. This model also has an opening deck lid. Typical Corvettes of this era did not have a deck lid that opened like this, but since this is a model and it has a battery box, we had to have a way to access it, so that's why that's like that. Now one of the other neat things about this era of cars is it had what we call T-tops. Basically this part of the roof line in cars of this era were typically glass, and you could remove those and it would be kind of like an open convertible, but they were called T-tops, and so this one has it as well, where you can just pull those apart and now you've got a T-top Corvette, which is a really, really neat feature, I thought. Really neat feature. And one of the other last features of this that are worth noting before we get into a quick demonstration of the power functions is this car also had pop-up headlights. So there's a lever in the cab here that you can pull back that will cause the headlights up here to pop up, and when it does that, it also turns the lights on automatically. So there's the lights up and there's the lights down, and as soon as I turn on the battery box here, I'll show you how the lights come on and off automatically. So that's a really neat feature. He did a fantastic job of capturing the lines of this particular car and making it look like the real thing. I think he did a fantastic job. I've got the custom chrome wheels on there to really make it pop. So let's take a look at some of the power function features and do a quick demonstration. Okay, so before we do a quick demonstration, I want to just show you the power functions. It comes with a real simple remote. You got one here for propulsion and then the servo motor for steering, and that's really about it as far as features for the power functions. And real quickly as well, I just want to give you a size perspective. So there it is with my ruler. So it is just about a little over a foot long. And then there it is with the minifigure, just to give you an idea of the overall size. So real quickly, here we are looking underneath it, and the reason I want to show you this is here are the two large motors that are used for propulsion, and it drives these two clutch gears. And if you're familiar with Technic, you know that these are designed to slip to prevent damage to gears, and these are the primary driving gears from those motors. And the reason why it's done like that is these large motors do not have a tendency to wind down very well on their own. When power is cut off to them, they pretty much stop. And if you built it as propulsion in this car, as soon as you let off the remote, it would stop and the car would just jerk. And with these clutch gears in there, it comes to a real smooth coast down, and then when you speed up, it slowly accelerates up. So that's really neat. You'll be able to see that whenever we do our demonstration. So let's do a quick demonstration so you can see the lights and how this thing drives and steers. Alright, so we're set up here on the hardwood floors, ready to go. So let's take a look at the headlights. So I've got the lights cut out here in the room. So let's see what these headlights look like. So there they are. That's pretty neat. So hopefully you noticed there in the demonstration on how you would notice that it would slowly speed up, and then when I would let off of the remote it would coast down, and that's the whole point of having those clutch gears on those large motors. But anyway guys, this is another fantastic model and design by Madoca. It's a Corvette. He represents it very well here in LEGO Technic form, and I've got some pictures of it here of what it would look like if you built it in black. So let's take a quick look if you decided you wanted to go and build it in black instead of red as I've done here. So those black pictures make it look pretty neat as well. I would highly recommend building it in red or black. If you get an opportunity to do so, I think you'll be pleased with it. But anyway guys, that's going to wrap up my review of this. Again, a highly satisfying model to build, and I'm glad to be able to own it. And that'll wrap up my review this time guys. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and keep checking back here for more builds and more reviews. Thanks for watching guys.